Hey everyone, today we're going to go through everything on my desk. Let's get started. Move this chair out of the way. Oh, by the way, this is a Herman Miller Aeron chair with the back support and stuff. Great chair. I'm going to start with the computer because that is the main thing running everything here. I'm using an M1 MacBook Pro. This is a 14-inch. This is fully spec'd, but you don't need that for music production. I just have it that way because I'm doing all the video editing, things like that. But it's fully spec'd, and I have this connected by one Thunderbolt cable to this thing right here. This is the CalDigit TS4. Take a look. The CalDigit TS4 is like a hub for everything. So with one Thunderbolt cable, I've got it here. This goes to all my USB devices, the monitor. It also goes by Thunderbolt to the Universal Audio Apollo interfaces and the other interface I have. I'll go through all that stuff. But this thing, highly recommend this. I love this TS4. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's great. This thing right here is an external drive. It's a Thunderbolt connected enclosure, and inside is a U.2 drive. That makes this extremely fast. So I can actually edit videos directly from this drive. And if you want to use this for like storing your virtual instruments, highly recommend it. Just find a U.2 drive and get any Thunderbolt enclosure that will hold it. You've got an extremely fast external drive. Okay, so I've gone through tons of computer monitors over the years. I really like this one. This is an LG Ultra Gear 4K monitor. The resolution is really good, but one of the main reasons I bought this model in particular is because it minimizes reflections. This monitor is directly facing the windows over there. That means I'm constantly seeing reflections on monitors, except for this one. This one has been doing a really good job minimizing those reflections. But the coolest part of this setup is this right here. This is an iPad Pro, and I bought it for the sole purpose of using it as a secondary monitor. And the reason for that is if you're using Mac, the iPad Pro is one of the easiest secondary displays to have. I usually use it for note-taking. If I'm researching something, if I'm testing some plugins, then I have my notes right here. Right now I'm writing about the Ableton Move. I'll get to that in a second. It's on the desk. I use it as a notepad, so I'm typing here, researching stuff over here, but it's also great as a monitor for your virtual instruments. So as you're doing something on the screen, you have your virtual instrument control down here. This is great. Look at this. Can't beat this. Two monitors, great. And the iPad, I can get it into these weird angles too. So I could rotate this any way I want, angle it. Oh, by the way, everything I'm showing here, I'll link under the video. So even like the stands and stuff that you see here, I'll link everything. Right above the monitor is a desk lamp. This is a BenQ screen bar. I've had this for years now. I really like it. You can see that light there. It's actually just shining onto the desk, but it helps the ambient lighting and kind of helps if you ever have like eye fatigue or something from staring at a screen a long time. A desk lamp like this actually helps that a lot. Once I put it on, I've never lived without it. On top of that, I have a webcam. This is the Logitech Brio. And I don't really like it. It's really dark, and the resolution's pretty good. It's a 4K camera, but as far as the image quality, I'm not too impressed. I wouldn't recommend this, but I just needed a webcam, so there's that one. All right, this computer keyboard is something kind of new. I've just had it for a few months now. It's by Knock Free, and I like it for a bunch of different reasons. First of all, you'll notice that it can be split, completely split. Look at this. You can put it together, and you can lay it flat as well, but it's so much better when you split it apart, raise it like this. It becomes the most ergonomic keyboard I've ever used. There you go. So instead of doing something like this, you're like in this position and it's so comfortable. These are full-size keys, by the way. And so you're typing this way, your wrists have a rest. It's just so much better for my wrists. The trackpad here is pretty boring. It's the Apple trackpad, but I just haven't found any other kind of pointing device that does better than this. Love it. Okay, I think that covers all the computer related stuff. Now let's get through all the audio gear from left to right. This is Rome, by the way. He rarely gets on the desk, but now that he's on the desk, he's really checking out everything here. All right, buddy, come on. Off. By the way, this desk is by Monkwood Studio. It is a solid wood desk. It actually goes up and down and everything. Where is the up and down button? There you go. It's a sit-stand desk, holds my 88 key keyboard and my eyeglasses cleaner. Okay, this is the Austrian Audio OC16 condenser microphone. It's a really cool microphone. They actually build these capsules, or I think they build and test every single one in Vienna, Austria before they even ship it. I use this mic for jotting down ideas. When I have a quick idea, I can just record directly with this. It's a great sounding mic, and I think this is the most budget, the most affordable mic that Austrian Audio makes. Still sounds really, really great. I've actually used this in a bunch of videos, so you've probably heard this microphone before. So the mic arm that the Austrian Audio mic is on is the Elgato Wave, and it has a really cool low profile. You know, I was using the Rode mic arm before. It had this really long part of the arm that stuck out over here. I like this so much better. It's so much more low profile. And look at this, just swing around, and I am recording right at my sitting position here. Okay, this thing is really cool. This is the Chaotica mic shield, and I got this for one reason in particular. It fits on any mic on this mic arm. You can't do this with any other mic shield. Everything else is just way too big and would never stay on a mic arm. So now I've got this mic arm with the shield. Check it out. There you go. We're recording something, and look, the mic is fully shielded and protected. And check this out. This thing here is actually a pop filter. So this comes out, you can switch colors and stuff. There is the microphone in there. So this is made of some special kind of foam. It feels foamy in here, but this has a different coating. The outside has a different coating. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but this is very quick and effective on any microphone. And I think you can get these in other sizes that fit different microphones, but this one seems to do just fine with the Austrian Audio OC16.
I've been roaming around, always looking down, and all I see painted faces fill the places I can't reach. I've been roaming around, always looking down, and all I see painted faces fill the places I can't reach.
Without, no shield.
This is me talking into the mic without the shield on, and now let's put it on. This is me talking into the mic with the Chaotica shield on it. Does this really block the plosives that I'm accentuating right now? Plosives are bad for your recordings.
This thing is great. I always wanted to try these. I've seen it pop up on my Instagram and Facebook feed. Highly recommend you try one of these out, especially if you're doing something like this. You just can't get another mic shield to work this smoothly. Boom. All right, next up here, these are the Odyssey MM100 headphones. Odyssey made these in collaboration with the producer Manny Marroquin. So there's two types of headphones you can get with the collab with Manny Marroquin. The MM500s, which are a little bit more expensive, and these are the more affordable version, $399, I think. These are built so well. If you know Odyssey, you know they make very expensive headphones. Their top end ones are like $6,000. So this is a much easier way to get into Odyssey headphones without spending too much money. By the way, these have the magnetic planar drivers that Odyssey puts in like all their headphones, or at least the high-end ones. You can actually see that they're not your typical headphone driver. These are solid headphones. Great for mixing. And by the way, I met Manny Marroquin in California when he had his launch party for the MM500 headphones. Such a great guy. I'll put a photo or something here. He was so cool. Oh yeah, if you haven't watched the tour of the Odyssey headphones factory and how they make their headphones, I'll put a video over here. Next to the headphones, I actually have a turntable, which is probably the least used item in my studio. I put it up here in hopes of using it more, but it's not happening. I was even thinking maybe I'll sample using this, but anyway, it's my project. This is the T1 model, nothing special. And hopefully I can start at least listening to music a bit more. What's on here right now? Oh, we've got Kings of Convenience, Riot on an Empty Street. Such a great album. If you haven't listened to Kings of Convenience, listen to them. In the rack, we've got three things here. At the top is the BAE 1073 MP. This is a preamp that is modeled after the 1073, the Neve 1073. This doesn't have the EQ on it, but you can buy a model like this with EQ built in as well. This preamp just sounds really, really cool. I've had it for years now. I always think that the hardware version of this preamp actually sounds different from all the plug-in ones that you could try out. So yeah, I think preamps make some of the biggest impacts to your signal going in. If you've never tried an outboard preamp, you should try one. All right, I've got two Apollo interfaces right here. This is the oldest one. This is the Apollo 8, and below it is the Apollo X8. So I'm actually testing out the brand new Apollo X8 Mark II, and you may have seen it behind me in my last video, and I'm going to be making a video about it, so look out for that video. Apollos have been great for me because they just give me tons of inputs. The workflow is really good too. I love their plugins. There you go. Right here, we've got the brand new Ableton Move. You really should go watch my Ableton Move love-hate video I just released. It's a cool device, a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't want to give away everything about it. Go watch the video. It's pretty cool. I have a feeling I'm going to be trying to use this as a controller for Ableton Live, but yeah, there you go. Watch the video. All right, over here, this is a coaster from West Elm. I usually have coffee in the morning when I'm working early in the morning. It's a pretty cool coaster, right? All right, here is the Neumann MT48. This is my primary interface. So this is the thing that is connected directly to my computer. And then this is connected through optical to the Apollos, to both the Apollos, which gives me, well, the MT48 has 4 inputs, physical inputs, and then the Apollos have 8 each. So that's 16 with the Apollos, 4 with the MT48. By the way, they made this in collaboration with Merging Technologies, and it is a very nice interface. One thing about it is it runs super hot. It's like giving off, it's like a heater on my desk. If you touch the bottom, like, whoa, very, very hot.
Ooh, it is hot.
By the way, behind the interface is an external drive. This is my backup drive. It's by Western Digital. It's there just to back up my entire MacBook every day. Back up your stuff, people. Don't risk losing it. I use all the ins and outs for these interfaces, mostly with the outboard gear that's over there and down here on the right as well. I'm not going to go through all that stuff because it isn't on the desk, but if you want to know more about it, check out my full studio tour video. All right, let's check out the right side of the desk. On the very top, I have the sequential Prophet 6. This is the desktop version of the popular synth. I went to a music store, a local music store, and I played the Prophet 6, and I was thinking, you know, I really want a sequential keyboard. The Prophet 6 was the one that stood out to me most. This sounds amazing. I mean, that's the reason why it's been on my desk for so long. I kind of wish I got the full one with the keys and have the keyboard version of this, but hey, sounds the same. There you go. All right, below that, we've got the newest outboard gear I have here. This is the Warm Audio 2 MPX. This is a preamp, but it is way different from any other preamps out there. It adds tons of saturation if you really want tons of saturation. You can dial it in, of course, you can just get a hint, or you can get nasty with this thing. This is actually a 2-channel version, so you see everything is kind of split. So the left side, all the switches here, and the knobs are for the left side, and on this side are for the right channel. And they also make a single channel version of this as well. I want to let you hear this because what this adds to pretty much any track is pretty incredible. All these switches adjust the sound, of course. You've got a tape saturation switch here, and then you also have a tone switch. The tone switch can add some air. The tape saturation adds tone filtering, which gives you the sound of tape machines. Let's take a listen. Here's what it sounds like on vocals. So this is without going through this.
I've been roaming around, I was looking down at all I see.
All right, now I'm gonna put it through that, and I'm gonna add the high gain here, and I'm going to turn on the tone. Let's see what it sounds like with that. I'm just adding a little bit, so I'm not going very high on the input here.
I've been roaming around, I was looking down at all I see.
Again, without.
I've been roaming around, I was looking down at all I see.
With it.
I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see.
Wow, it stands out so well. And of course, you can dial in some serious saturation here. Let's add some more. All right, we're really cranking it up now.
I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see. Painted faces fill the places I can't reach.
So you can hear that it can get pretty crazy with the amount of saturation you can get in there. But wow, even if you just dial it in a little bit, it sounds so good. Let me let you hear what it sounds like with guitars. Okay, for guitars, I'm going to turn off the high gain and the tone. I'm turning on tape saturation. And let's go a little higher and see what this thing does. All right, that's pretty heavy. I'm going to turn it down. This is a really cool unit. There are actual tubes inside of this thing. You can kind of hear that when you're listening to the sound as well. It sounds so natural, really nice analog sound. Yeah, I'm gonna continue using that with my vocals and you might hear it on some future tracks. You'll notice like there's an empty slot here. I really need to fill this. This empty slot really bothers me. I don't know, what do you think I should get? I was just gonna get a drawer or something, but there's gotta be something more interesting than that. Put your suggestions in the comments below. It has to be a single, a 1U rack unit thing here. Also from Warm Audio is the Ringer Bringer. This is pretty much the Moog MF102 pedal, and Warm Audio made it again fully analog. This thing adds, well, let me let you listen to it actually. Pretty cool, right? So where is this sound coming from? These are the Kali LP6 studio monitors I have there right now. These are 6.5-inch woofers and 1-inch tweeters. These sound really, really good. If you're looking for a pair of budget monitors, highly recommend these. But here's the real reason I've had these here for a while now, the subwoofer. So Kali makes a subwoofer. That's their, what's the model name? I think it's 6.2 subwoofer. It's actually a very small sub. It's not that big at all, but it sounds huge. I mean, I've had people come here and listen to this and I'm like, yeah, that's the 6-inch subwoofer down there. Sounds incredible. Oh, check this out. This is like a footstool. It's like foamy. It's a footstool and it keeps my feet off the ground and like alleviates some pressure on my legs. I highly recommend this. This is from Amazon. What's it by? Cartisma? Yes. Anyway, I'll put a link to it under the video.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks Dorothy for buying that for me. All right, things change frequently on my desk, so I'll make a new one of these sometime soon. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Keep making the music you love because Kyoto likes making music too, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay.